Hi everyone, so second video review for this week is for Survivor's Guilt by Michelle Arnold. I have just posted my Goodreads review, so if you want to check that out, there is a link on the blog post. There is a link if you're on Facebook above in the description, and if you're on YouTube there is also a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So Survivor's Guilt by Michelle Arnold. It was such an emotional read, but it was filled with so much heart and so much love. You can tell Michelle has poured a lot of emotion into this book. So it follows the story of Abby and Greta. Greta is an actress and Abby is her makeup artist, and they strike up quite an unusual friendship, and they're attracted to one another, but they're both kind of in denial. And they're both sort of holding back for the sake of friendship, especially on Abby's side, because she is totally convinced that Greta is not that way inclined and that she'd be wasting her time, and she values her friendship way too much. So obviously when they realise, because you know how it is with lesbic, they have to realise, and they do usually, it comes with consequences, and their connection, it runs so deep that when Greta is caught up in a traumatic plane crash, and I mean traumatic for her, traumatic for you as the reader, I am not kidding, you will be crying for hours. I was, and that is twice, because I beta read this and then I've read the final copy as well for review, and I cried both times uncontrollably for ages. So if you need a good cry, this is a great read for that. You really will like bawl your eyes out. So the complications of the aftermath of this crash are really what then throws this story into the limelight and really pushes it forward and drives the plot. But it shows that they have such an unbreakable bond. It's a really strong story, laced with angst, obviously, because what romance isn't, especially when there is plane crash involved. You know, you're talking about it, it's gonna have loads of angst. So it was really dramatic, and but it was really romantic and cute as well at the same time. So it had really dramatic moments and then had its really cute, sensitive moments, and it was like the most epic love story. It was just their connection and everything. I was just completely hooked from like the first page, and like I say, when I started getting more into it, I got really emotionally invested. Every time Michelle writes a new story, I'm completely amazed by the amount of emotion that she puts into them, the amount of detail and the intimate look into the characters that she creates. Like, she really nails that intimacy between two characters, that understanding of one another, like two perfect souls together. It was brilliant, and like I say, I cried so much, because this was just such a beautiful book, and for you to get invested in the characters, their feelings, the dilemmas they both faced, everything, you just get yourself very emotionally invested very quickly in the book. And you know, Greta's story is really truly heartbreaking. You know, when she learns about everything that's happened with the crash, because obviously she's been through this traumatic event, it's affected her seriously. The turmoil she goes through recovering from her injuries is like, wow. You know, she's a survivor, and she really shows every aspect of being a survivor, and she's just brilliant. She's a real hero in that respect, in terms of championing survival after you've been through something horrendous. And so I really can't fault the story. It was really, you know, filled with sweet and romantic moments. It was deep connections with the characters. You couldn't help but get invested. That's all I can say. Like, you will pick it up, you'll start reading, and you will be completely invested. That they were just brilliant. They were truly unique as a couple, and you know, that connection that runs between two people when they have been friends, and then they find a deeper connection in that friendship that leads to something more in a relationship. Michelle captured it absolutely perfectly, and the love these two have, you can't miss it. It's absolutely brilliant, and I'm so glad that Abby and Greta have each other, and I'm so glad that I got to read this story and experience it. It was fabulous. Literally heaps of emotion, I'm not kidding. Like, be prepared, get some tissues, and I can highly recommend this book. It is the perfect romance. It really is. It's got the drama, the angst, and the romance, all the sweet and cuteness, all those intimate moments you'll only get between two true souls, and it was just, oh, beautiful. It was really beautiful. Michelle's done a fantastic job in delivering us something different yet again. following on from her last standalone romance. This again is a standalone romance, and I really hope we get to see more from Abby and Greta in future, because I would love to see how Greta is further down the line. I really would. It would be amazing to see how much further she has managed to recover after everything. Absolutely brilliant. Seriously, loved it. Fabulous. Go grab yourselves a copy. So I'm going to pop a link in the description so that you can do that, because you know you want to do that. And I hope that if you do grab a copy, obviously that you do enjoy it, but be warned, because you will cry. If you've read Survivor's Guilt by Michelle Arnold, please let me know what you thought of it. It is absolutely beautiful, and I really want to know whether you guys found it beautiful or how you found it. Just how was it for you? Was it as traumatic for you as it was for Greta? Because it was pretty traumatic for me, and in the best way. And if you haven't read it yet, or if it's on your to read list, or you're planning to read it, again, let us know, because it's really awesome to hear what you're interested in reading. And like I say, I just hope you enjoy it if you do. Bye!